Hello, hi, I'm recording now. Welcome to podcast 850,001. I am joined today by my co-host Casper.
Hello.
That's Casper. And our special guest, Ollie, also known
Hello.
online as BelowAverageGay. How are you doing, Ollie?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Wonderful. Good. Glad to hear it. Welcome to the podcast. Hello, X/Slasher and Bone. Welcome, Bone. Boaan is how they spell that. I just read it as Bone. Welcome to the chat. So if you need a bit of context for how the podcast really works, occasionally I will interject the discussion with messages from chat. Just if there are any, if anyone's got anything interesting to add to the discussion, generally, and we just sort of sit back, relax, and talk about whatever the hell we feel like talking about. But we've had a running theme recently of having streamers on to talk a little bit about streaming, like the motivations behind it, like where you want to go with it, that kind of thing. So I guess I'll just start off by saying, like, what got you into streaming in the first place, Ollie?
Basically what got me into streaming was Dead by Daylight. Like, I watched a lot of YouTubers play Dead by Daylight, and Hybrid Panda was a massive Dead by Daylight streamer that, you know, I followed his content religiously. And I found out that he streamed, so I went on Twitch and I religiously watched him on Twitch. And I got to know him a bit better. And then, yeah, I thought, why not stream? Because I started streaming on my PS4, actually. With like with just my microphone and stuff. And I just grinded that out till I could afford a PC. And now I'm streaming pretty much every day now.
Yeah. I saw your schedule. You have, do you have 2 days off a week regularly?
Yeah, I started doing 2 days off, and then recently I needed to update it, actually. I changed it to 3 days off a week so I could stream for longer on the days that I'm actually streaming.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got the same stream time overall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, because I never heard of Dead by Daylight before I got into Twitch. And I remember I started getting into Twitch and content creation and stuff, and Cass was like, "Oh, my friend Ollie, they play Dead by Daylight on stream all the time." And I was just like, "What is that?" And I checked it out, and now Dead by Daylight is one of my favorite games, and I have you to thank for that. So thank you.
Oh God! Welcome to the shit show.
Yeah, it's intense. I recently got into playing Killer. Because I was put off for ages because I had one bad game as Killer, and then I was just like, nah. But yeah, I recently started playing Killer, so that's been a lot of fun. But you also do other stuff, right? You do Variety sometimes and Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I play Sea of Thieves most of the time now because aside. Oh, sorry, one.
Oh. I think. I think fire alarm.
Sorry,
right, okay. I just got a message from Ollie in the chat just saying fire
dear.
alarm. Okay, right. Let's table that for us just a second. I hope everything's okay over there. So yeah, Casper, you're gonna, because we might be playing some Dead by Daylight later on tonight. You've started playing Killer recently as well.
Didn't buy with money. It was during that 5-year anniversary thing. That reminds me, I need to update Dead by Daylight like right now, so it's ready.
Oh
ready
shit,
for when
yeah.
we play.
Good shout. Let's both do that now.
I'll do that
Hopefully
right now.
a false alarm. Yes, yeah, for sure.
But in the 5th anniversary, you got more of the little yellow shard things that you need. No, purple shards that cost real money. So I bought myself the K-pop killer. What's he called?
The Trickster.
The Trickster, because part of the reason I wanted to play Dead by Daylight was to be the Trickster. Because what's not cool about a K-pop artist that also murders people?
Yeah, he's hot, he's purple, and he's covered in blood.
He has a
These
really
are my
good
top
music.
3 favourite things I look for in a man.
So what's not to love? I'm So yeah, I'm going to attempt to play
have a
him.
play around with that,
I
yeah.
played a few rounds as Killer a couple of weeks before I went to Manchester for the week, and I managed to hook like 2 people, so I wasn't doing too badly, but also I wasn't doing too wonderfully. But it did take me a long time to work out how to be the survivor properly. I think it's one of those games where practice does make perfect. Definitely.
Oh yeah, it's because
so...
you've got like all kinds of things like survivors like to loop around you and stuff.
And then
because you're in first person, so you can't like you don't have the same kind of peripheral vision.
Oh
as,
yeah,
as
I
they
wish
do.
It was in third
so they
person.
can just sort of yeet around you and like confuse you. But I've gotten pretty good at sort of like turning and stabbing as I turn. And I usually get them that way.
My issue is I'm not very good at aiming with because the trickster throws little pink knives, don't he?
Yeah, there's no crosshair either, so that doesn't help.
I'm not very good at aiming with them because there's no crosshair and no like circle or any sort of gauge whether you're pointing in the right direction. So you just kind of guess.
Hello, Ollie. Yeah, I saw you on there.
Sorry.
Everything all right? Everything all right? Your house not burning down?
Was it a false alarm?
Yeah, someone burnt the toast again.
Oh,
okay, good.
That's a relief. We were sitting here talking about Dead by Daylight, but I was just sitting here like, Jesus Christ, is our guest on fire right now?
Yeah. But at least it was only toast.
Yeah,
it was only toast.
Yeah, Jesus. The toast is the enemy of the fire alarm.
Yes, the toast.
Oh, well,
is the
that's a
enemy
relief.
of all people.
Yeah. So just because we're on the topic of Dead by Daylight and I like talking about it, who do you normally play Survivor or Killer, or do you mix it up a bit?
I do mix it up sometimes. I'm not as good at Killer, but I do like playing as Trapper a lot.
It's harder, isn't it? It's harder.
Again. Is he the one with the chainsaw and he speeds up if you use a chainsaw?
No, Trapper's the one with the little bear traps.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
he's got like he's on the front
that
cover.
Makes logical sense.
He's on the front cover of the game a lot. He's like their OG killer, you know.
Yeah, he was like the first killer.
The one with like the sort of machete made out of scrap.
Yeah.
I re-brought the game on Steam because I was playing it with Xbox Games Pass, but obviously like Xbox Games Pass games are fickle because they're at the whims of whether or not Microsoft wants to keep the game on there for another month or take it off, you know?
Yeah.
So
and they always open in the background.
Straight up
so
brought
annoying.
it. Oh yeah, it's glitchy mess, Jesus. I just straight up brought it and I brought Ghostface for it and I've had a lot of fun with that because I like the stealth. It's a good fun time.
Yeah, I think I need to do that and cancel Xbox Games Pass because I only use it for Dead by Daylight. I may as well just buy
There's
the
some
game.
good games on that. There's some good games on.
Yeah, but I don't really use them. Like,
yeah,
I may as well just buy Dead by Daylight and the Stranger Things pack.
And you can always just re-buy Games Pass if you want to, you know.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world, is it? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can get the base game for like dirt cheap on like CD keys or something.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah,
I got that for £4.
Yeah, something like that.
I got that for £4 and I got Ghostface's DLC for like £1.40 or something. So
yeah, because it's only Ghostface in it. There's no Survivor.
Yeah, pretty decent deal. He's one of the ones you can't get with iridescent shards though. You can only get him with actual money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or you can get him with the gold things. I can't remember what they're called.
You can get the deluxe edition. I don't know what that is, for £25. And
is
I'm
that
not
just
entirely
everything?
Sure what that comes with. I assume so. I'll research it at some point.
I'd assume that's everything, but when you've got games like The Sims that have a deluxe edition,
yeah, that
don't include all the DLC.
Like two at most.
Yeah, exactly. The deluxe edition means you get like maybe two of the DLC that costs £15 a time.
You get the soundtrack, a digital art book, and 2 masks for Payday 2.
Oh yeah,
with it.
yeah.
So you don't get any of the extra killers. So
yeah. So if you brought The Sims for the base game and then went and brought all the DLCs without any of the deals or anything, it'd be about $359.
Yeah.
Which
That
is ridiculous. About 280 quid. It's insane.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Mm.
I do want to play the Cottage Sims expansion pack that came out last week, though. You can live in a little cottage in the middle of nowhere and like bake cakes and just
We've
do stuff like that.
Get llamas and stuff as well. That's great.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm really debating paying for it, but it's like 50 quid, and I could buy so many games with that 50 quid.
It's ridiculous.
I could pre-order
EA
the Third Life is
pumping
Strange.
money out of it.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, just wait a couple of months and it'll be on offer. Like they usually do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Sometimes they even give them for free, don't they? Like every so often.
We have had quite a good question from Buan. I read it as Bone. I'm sorry if I'm fucking that name up really badly.
Why don't you ask them how to pronounce
how am I?
name?
Is Buan right or is it Bone? Buan. I don't know. But we've had a really good question from them anyway. Don't worry about the pronunciation. All right, Bone it is then. I have a hey Zolan, how you doing? I have a question here from Bone saying, how do you guys feel about reseller sites like G2A and like CD keys and stuff? Like, are they essential for store streamers despite the shady practices, or are they damaging no matter what?
I don't really understand them. I know that they're shady, but I'm not sure why.
For context there, like, you know, when you've got an open market like G2A or whatever, and anyone can sell on there, then they've got to get those keys somehow. And they might be doing that in a really shady way, and then obviously you're giving money to that person rather than the game's developer.
Now I've thought about it, that's probably quite a bad thing. How are they getting those keys for that cheap?
Yeah,
but I've never thought about it.
I like to think about it, like
time,
deals and stuff, but
yeah,
because
I prefer like Humble Bundle and itch.io. I think itch. Something.
Itch.io is correct.
Which is a bit like CD keys, but the developers put them on there.
Exactly.
And Humble Bundle is like you get a ridiculous amount of games for a $5. Like I got something like 2,000 games for a $5 in the bundle for racial equality.
Yeah, that was actually really
if I
good
can
deal.
get a game in a bundle like that, I will. But also with things like The Sims and games where the developers already have a lot of money, I don't mind using CD keys or a third-party seller. And I know that's probably a bad thing to say, but EA have enough money without me, without my £32.50 for the cats in Sims 4.
Yeah, legit.
In Sims 4, like they're not gonna not be able to sleep at night because 25-year-old me from England paid £3 for cats and dogs instead of 25.
So is that the same stance you take, Ollie? Is sort of the if it's a big company with a lot of money already, then you know, fuck it. But if it's like a smaller indie company, you'd rather buy the game.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with that. Or like if it's a game company that I want to support. So like with obviously with stuff like Call of Duty and Overwatch and stuff like that, because that's like Blizzard and Activision, obviously with all the stuff going on about that at the moment. I don't want to give them a penny, so...
Wait, what's gone on with them?
Oh,
there's like a huge lawsuit going on at the moment. It's a lot to get into for the podcast,
should I Google it?
We can run over it briefly. I mean, if Philip DeFranco can run over it in like less than 5 minutes, then we can run over it in less than 5 minutes.
Okay, right.
But essentially,
I've just opened an article now. Oh,
it's an assault lawsuit, right? And the higher ups are not taking the lawsuit seriously enough.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the gist of it.
What's the lawsuit about? What have they done? Or is that not going to be Twitch friendly?
I think it's a sexual assault lawsuit, so it's not very. It's quite a lot.
Oh yeah.
There's been multiple like reports of like harassment and stuff.
Yeah, it's like people taking like advantage of like female workers and stuff like that, and they said it's a very frat house kind of environment, and like, you know, the women who were there get treated like shit, and you know, they have to do all the work and the men take the credit, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Garbage.
Yeah,
and there's even been some men report that they feel uncomfortable with the harassment as well.
Oh yeah.
Which is, you know, interesting because that never happens when you've got a big company. Like, there's never any men that's just like, oh yeah, this also makes me feel uncomfortable. Usually because they're the ones having the lawsuit brought against them.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm just reading
it's good that everyone's coming together to report it, but also, fuck Blizzard.
Yeah, it's good that something's being done. But I certainly, now that I know that, won't feel bad about getting their games off third-party sites because they don't want...
to sort of bring it back to the discussion around like G2A and reselling sites. Bone just says here, I've had keys removed from my Steam account because they were deemed to be brought with stolen credit cards when they've brought them through G2A, which is something I've never heard of before. But holy shit, that's
neither
intense.
have I. That sounds.
Yeah,
that sounds horrible.
Tend to use CD keys, but I can't imagine it's much different.
Yeah, I use CD keys because of that time. I bought House Flipper of G2A, and it took them like 3 days to email me the key. Like,
yeah, that was dodgy.
I really didn't trust it.
Yeah.
So I've not used them since. I've only ever used CD keys because.
Yeah, CD keys seems to be a little bit more legit. I feel like if I ever had a problem with CD keys, I'd be able to like email their support and be like, hey, this key fucked up, or this seller, you know, fucked me over or whatever, and I would get a response. But G2A does not strike me as that kind of site at all.
Yeah. Their customer service was really bad when I had problems with them. Like, they just wouldn't reply to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the general consensus is indie games, probably just buy them outright from the people you want to support.
A lot of them are cheap
and then fucking people who have too much money already, like The Sims 4, for example, just fucking buy it off CD keys. But also watch your back, because you never know if you're going to get a dodgy seller.
Yeah, I think I will certainly watch my back with that sort of thing.
It's the same with like sites like eBay and stuff like that. Like, you never, like, I don't like buying electronics off eBay. Like, I have brought electronics off eBay and they've worked and it's been fine. But every single time I do, I'm just like, there's a reason this is cheaper. You know? Yeah. There's a reason that this is cheaper than it is everywhere else, and I don't know why that is, and I'm scared.
Yeah, there's always some risk.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had quite a lot of issues with eBay with stuff just not being delivered, and it's very difficult to get a fucking refund, and it shouldn't be so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, should we change track a little? So I mentioned in the start, like, we like having smaller streamers on to sort of like talk about their motivations and goals and stuff. So you sort of got into streaming based off, you know, Dead by Daylight, and having watched a lot of a streamer you like, which I can relate. Other than the Dead by Daylight, I just got into that from like watching you and stuff. But I also, like, I've watched streamers and content creators my entire life, so you know, it's like the natural progression, it feels like. But like, what are your goals with it? Like, obviously everyone wants partner, everyone wants to quote unquote make it, but like, do you have anything specific in mind of the direction you want to go with your channel?
Just want to be involved with the gaming industry, really. Like, most of all, like, I just want to be able to work with, you know, games and promotion and all that kind of thing. I've always wanted to do something like that. So yeah, it's just something that felt right, and I kind of had a knack for gaming anyway. So I thought, if I stick to a game that I like, or like a couple of games that I like, and if I build myself up enough on Twitch that the people who like, you know, are involved with the game like notice it, then because I know Dead by Daylight has like Fog Whisperers and stuff like that, and then Sea of Thieves have like partnered streamers as well. So if I can get like, you know, if I make it to that point, then I'm happy. Like just enough that I can work with the game. Like I don't care if I'm like ninja level, you know, fame. I don't care, as long as I'm like in that niche where I know I'm comfortable. Like you know, and I can make this my full-time job, then that's my goal really. Like it's nothing like to the moon, it's like something more like achievable kind of thing.
Like that saying, like shoot for the moon and you'll land among the stars, that kind of thing. I completely get that. Like I'm actually scared of recognition on a large scale, you know, because imagine if you woke up tomorrow
to go to Tesco.
Imagine if you woke up tomorrow and you were, you know, like you had millions of followers and like tens of thousands of viewers per stream. You wouldn't be able to go outside.
I'd be worried.
Like I was thinking about this the other day because me and Casper were walking in town yesterday.
We walked past Tiger, and I thought I saw Jacksepticeye in Tiger.
Yeah,
oh my God.
There was someone who looked a bit like him, and it could have been him because he lived local, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I caught him at the corner of my eye. I was like, "Is that Jacksepticeye?" And then you were like, "No, he won't be able to leave the house."
Yeah, he wouldn't be able to leave that shop. If he managed to get in that shop in the first place, he wouldn't be able to leave it.
Yeah.
Like, and I've never thought of it like that. I bet they have a really lonely life, Boston.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure. Like, they you know get out, have friends, and can go places. I wonder if there is I wonder if like larger streamers or larger content creators have like a group chat or a group somewhere like on Facebook or something where they're just like, oh yeah, this pub is safe for us to sort of go and hang out. That'd be funny. But yeah, like I'm scared of that. I'm scared of like that level of recognition. Like, and Burton in the chat says no one should aim that high. That's to be considered a bonus instead of a goal. I get what you mean, but also that's a terrifying bonus. If it meant that I couldn't leave my house without bumping into a ton of people, like I'm anxious enough.
I think I'd panic and delete my YouTube channel genuinely if I couldn't leave the house. If I couldn't leave the house, I'd be like, "This is it. I'm out. I've
chosen to become irrelevant."
Alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever get to a point where I can't leave the house, I'm moving to South Wales. I'm taking the cat, and I'm Deliverooing every meal.
Yeah. That's the goal, is to have Deliveroo for every meal and still be comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. That is the true goal.
That would be nice as well. Being able to have a lush bath bomb for every bath you have.
Oh, yeah.
Being able to afford the things that people try and sell you in sponsorships on YouTube. Like HelloFresh and Dollar Save Cup and stuff. Being able and NordVPN. Being able to regularly afford these things that are being sponsored to me, that's how I know I would have made it.
Yeah. And YouTube Premium. Like, being able to afford YouTube Premium and not thinking, that's a lot of money. I could get Netflix for that price.
Yeah.
True.
That's when I will know that I've made it.
Yeah. I was talking about this the other day, like, if I can pay someone to be my assistant and to be the person to tell me that I need to do stuff, that's how I would have made it, because I suck at scheduling so much.
I would like someone to answer the phone for me.
Oh, I already have that. It's called a girlfriend.
To be fair, like every day, like I'm asking Casper. Like we were on the bus back, and I was just like, "Oh, what we doing tomorrow? Do I have anything that I'm doing tomorrow?" And
Yeah,
like
I
the
was
other
like,
day, it
I
was just
don't
like,
know.
"Oh shit, who's on the podcast tomorrow? Who's on the podcast on Wednesday? What?" Because I
that's
just
great.
forget. I arrange it all, and then I'm just there like, Casper will remember.
Yeah,
Probably.
you need a calendar on your computer that's always
do,
there
I
as a
do.
widget. Like,
Yeah,
I used to have
exactly.
sticky notes with little reminders of shit that I was
That's
doing
like
that
Windows
day
7,
online,
isn't it?
but-
Sticky notes. I don't think that's in.
Yeah, mine was on Windows 7. I used to have a sticky note with my plan for the day, but now sticky notes aren't a thing anymore, and I'm bitter.
Yeah.
Because they were lovely.
I mean, you can probably download some kind of app for it.
I mean, I could, but that's a lot of effort for something that I probably wouldn't use as much as I
hold
would
on.
like to.
Wait, no, the Sticky Notes app is built into Windows 10. You just type in Sticky Notes and it's
Is
there
it?
already.
Oh
Yep.
my god, that is revolutionary. But I've still not changed my wallpaper on.
Oh no, I don't
on
want
my
notes. I don't
computer,
want
yeah.
notes. I just want it to. No, go away. Okay, there we go. I got rid of
Maybe
it.
just-
It's all good. It just popped up with a ton of like, oh yes, you have loads of notes now. It's like, no, stop.
Yeah, you should just use a Google Calendar. That's what
Yeah,
I use on my phone.
like scheduling properly. Like so yeah, Ollie. That if we're talking about organization and stuff, because I know you have a schedule. I think, do you upload it every week or so?
I just try to stick to it for however long I can keep it up for, because like
Yeah.
I used to stream literally like every night from 8 till midnight, but I got burnt out so easily that I just had to find a middle balance. Like I went from that from like I even streamed like in the morning and then at night for like every day for a good couple of months, but that burnt
Yeah.
me out so much, and
Yeah.
it just
I can imagine that's a long time to be like
Mhm.
entertaining.
yeah, like 3 hours in the morning, 3 hours in the evening was like pretty insane. So
That's
I decided
intense.
to just so I even like took advice from like other streamers like who were in the same kind of sphere as me. So I was having to talk to people, and they say like, what's the longest stream you've done, and how did you find it and all that stuff, and like what's the longest you can stream without getting too tired and everything like that. And then they'd say like, oh, once you stream, do you need a day of rest afterwards and stuff like that, or can you do 2 days without rest kind of thing. So it's just all in moderation. So if you can stream for 3 days for 4 hours a day, then you should do that, and then obviously take a break. Like if you can, then you should, but obviously take the time to yourself as well.
Yeah, exactly. Like
You need to like know your limit. I guess.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's I think it's a bit of fine tuning. I've been considering rescheduling everything recently, just because last week I had quite a few days off, just because I think I just reached that point of just I just don't want to.
Yeah.
Like I go to turn on the camera and turn on everything. I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be at that point, because I do love streaming, and I never want to be in a position where I'm just like, I can't be asked.
Yeah.
So
But,
I think a
it's
little
perfectly
fine-tuning is in
okay
order.
to need breaks. Like
Oh, for sure,
it's
like
part of being
100%.
human,
If there's anything I would tell anyone who's just starting out streaming, is definitely like take breaks if you feel like you need them.
yeah.
And like sort of working it out, like Ollie said there, of like the amount of days you think you can do, how long you think you can do, do you need a break afterwards, and sort of figuring it out that way is a good way to go. When I originally started, I was so sporadic, and I just did it whenever I felt like it. And so like I've got if I go back in my streaming history, I've just got like 1 day in 1 month, then next month I have like 3 days here, 5 days here, 1 day, and then etc. I only started doing it regularly since January. So how about you, Ollie? How long have you been streaming for?
Nearly 3 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started while I was in uni, like my last year of uni, and so streaming from student accommodation Wi-Fi, which was not good.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was
doesn't sound
challenging.
fun.
yeah, it dropped out every hour or so. So I had to like, I was always like in the chat being like, I'm so sorry, I'll be back in a sec, kind of thing like that. And then obviously then we got the student house, I was streaming more. Then when I got the PC, streamed even more, kind of thing. But I've had my computer for like a year now, and so that's been like a year of constant streaming, really. So I've been streaming like on a proper schedule for about a year.
Yeah, nice.
I think I've had my computer for almost bang on a year as well,
Yeah.
I can
Pretty
imagine.
much. I think we built it in September, didn't we?
Yeah? Wait, we moved here and then we were here a couple of months before we built your computer, I think, Casper.
I'm sure we were here for...
Not that it's ever had a graphics card that actually fucking works, but we
built
it.
because but I don't want to pay more than retail for something that I can get in retail when they're in stock from the shop.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's intense. I was really lucky with my graphics card because I managed to get it for retail price off eBay. Which was still like that was like still like 450 odd quid for that, but that was the retail price. Everywhere else it was like 600 to 700. It was insane.
Which is why I've sort of like accepted that my PC needs to be a bit not very good for the next 6 months or so. I assume it'll be like 6 months.
Yeah.
But who knows when they'll come back.
Also, just on the topic of breaks and stuff from earlier, Bone just says breaks are crucial. I'm making my own indie game, so streaming is part of my marketing, but it can take much out of you. It really can, because it's a lot of energy to do, and I find streaming's definitely helped with how I see myself, how I talk with other people, and I can sort of like get into that energetic flow, sometimes with the help of coffee, usually with the help of coffee, but I can get into that sort of like flow with it and keep up the energy, and it's all fine. But the second I turn off the camera, my eyes are just like, right, it's bedtime now. I'm fucking exhausted. Boan, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. How is it from the YouTube's perspective, Casper?
I mean, I regret taking breaks. I took a break for a month. No, it was meant to be for a month because it was the anniversary of my friend dying. And I was like, I'm not making content whilst I'm sad. That's not happening. And I regret it because I was in a really nice swing of I record Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. I edit it as soon as after I've record, and then I schedule it to go up on Friday at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because I took 2 or 3 weeks off, I'm now massively out of that schedule. I can't motivate myself to record a video because I just can't be arsed. And I think that I shouldn't have taken that break. Had I not taken the break, I would have continued in the swing of things. I'm just about getting myself back into the swing of things. I'm going to finish editing a video that I recorded last week tonight.
No.
And whack that up for Friday. And then from next Wednesday onwards, I'm just going to force myself to get back in the schedule. And I know that goes against everything I've said on this podcast so far.
I was going to say.
But in order for me to get back into my schedule, I'm going to need to force myself to record 1 or 2 videos. Because I do enjoy it, and I know that I do. After I've recorded it, I enjoy editing it. I always do. But it's just making myself get out of bed, move across to my desk, set up the lighting. It feels like a lot of effort, even though it's not. When I'm there, I'll enjoy it, and I know that I will, which is why I'm going to force myself to do it. I'm going to do a really simple one next week and just get back into the recording every Wednesday because I should
have you tried YouTube, Ollie? Like, do you have a YouTube channel? Do you edit for it or anything, or do you just do Twitch?
I do have a YouTube channel, but it's mostly just clips from my Twitch, and I have like year compilations on there as well. So I have a compilation from last year, year before, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm just gonna go and subscribe to you for YouTube now because I'm not.
My 2 years on Twitch compilations on there, and I've got like some Sea of Thieves highlights and stuff, and yeah, a couple of stuff like that. I've literally got like a 3-odd hour stream that I uploaded to there because I was playing Stardew Valley and it was a really wholesome, chill stream.
Yeah. I have still never played a solo version of Stardew Valley. I've only ever played it with other people. And I really feel like I should play
I've never got past year 1. I still have my game loaded and ready to go when I feel like streaming it. I just haven't, and I've never got past year 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube's a funny one because, like, it depends what you do with it. Because obviously I've got an archive channel where just every single stream I've ever done, well, not ever, like every single stream since like January maybe, has just been uploaded to this archive channel because I like seeing my own progress over time.
Yeah.
Like, it has 0 views on every single video, and that is fine because they are all like a minimum an hour long, and it's just full on streams. But I've got like another YouTube channel where I uploaded like gaming videos and stuff. And I wanted to make it more like less clippy and more just like sort of like the comedic kind of offbeat things, but it's hard to do that when you're live streaming as well. It's hard to turn a live stream into that kind of thing, and it takes so long. Like all the editing and stuff, it takes a very, very long time to go through all the raw footage, edit it down into like a 10-15 minute video, and then you upload it, and the stream that you ripped that video from is gonna have like 3 times the amount of views and interaction than that video ever will.
Yeah.
At least in my case. So I'm just there like, I could spend 8 hours editing a YouTube video, or I could spend 8 hours streaming, and I know which one I'd rather do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think people tend to be one or the other from what I've gathered. People that I've met anyway tend to be YouTube or Twitch. Like, I like being on other people's Twitch, but I don't really want my own because I'm not very good at speaking live because I have a speech impediment. And I struggle to make conversation with myself. So I think YouTube is definitely for me.
I find having
it's
the
really
archive
strange
channel
how
helps.
it is like, yeah.
Go on.
I just find it is really strange that it does tend to be like one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a split. I'd say Twitch is easier.
I would also say that Twitch is easier because YouTube is... I love it. I love it as a platform. I love some of the creators that I've found there and some of the friends that I've met there and my little community. I love them.
Casper, in chat, Boan just says, I forget the name of the person that said they have a speech impediment, but they seem to be doing great in this stream. I just wanted to say that I would have never guessed.
Yeah, that's because I'm talking to 2 people that I know. If I'm on the phone to a stranger, or if I'm talking to a stranger that I don't know very well, my stutter's a lot worse. Speech things are strange, basically, is the point I'm getting at.
Yeah, and it can be weird. I don't know how you fare with this, Ollie, but like, do you still have, or did you used to have like those streams where you're just essentially talking to yourself, like the chat's not very active, so you're just sort of there like, yes, gameplay. How did you deal with that? Like, how because we've all been there. How did you like get through that? How did you like deal with the just talking to yourself essentially?
Well, I do have ADHD, so I usually talk to myself anyway when I'm gaming. So I'll just
I can imagine that helps.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was kind of normal. I just pretend that I'm not even streaming, and I'll just be talking to myself in game, And plus, I've been gaming since I was a kid. Xbox 360 days with like Halo and Call of Duty. Like, I get gamer rage sometimes. So it's always I always find some way to be entertaining, whether I'm just talking to myself or I'm just having a weird gamer rage moment. It's that's the one thing that I liked about streaming is because it was just natural to me anyway.
Yeah.
Like that's why I think I have that kind of I don't know, I just think ADHD give me that kind of advantage in that sense. I'm good at talking to myself, I guess.
Yeah. I guess like Twitch literally is a stream of conscience, I guess. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, stream of consciousness kind of thing.
A stream of consciousness, and like especially when you're doing a game like Sea of Thieves, where you're just like, yes, I need to remind myself that I need to do whatever we do. I've never actually finished a fucking mission on Sea of Thieves because I'm like, I just want to go and chase and murder that pig. While everyone else is like, no, Casper, we need to go and find this treasure. I'm like, well, I'm staying to kill this pig.
Yeah, Casper is fun to play games with, honestly, because everyone else can be like doing the main quest and figuring out a puzzle or whatever, and then as we're talking in the background we'll just hear Casper yell something like, I can't catch this fucking chicken, and it's just so completely out there. And it's amazing. I love it.
I'm just in my own little world with Sea of Thieves. I think I'd be good at like roleplay with Sea of Thieves, because I do tend to do that to myself anyway. We did get through that one Pirates of the Caribbean mission.
We got through 2 of them, I think. We never finished it though.
Yeah. Is that still a thing? Can we go back and finish it?
Yeah, it's a permanent thing. It's not like
an
event.
Is it? I thought it was like an event.
No, it's permanent.
That's cool. We'll have to go back and finish it at some point. And I might actually buy a cat, but I'd be really scared that it'd meow all the time and piss me off like the Minecraft.
I kind of want a dog.
Yeah, they do meow a lot. Dogs do bark a lot as well. Like, I've got one of every animal really besides a monkey. Nice. And my dog on the game is called Brick, and he's like a ginger whippet. I have an emote of him as well. I just put it in chat.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's cute. That's real cute.
Because he always has his tongue sticking out and stuff like that, and he's just such a derpy dog. So, yeah, I'm like obsessed with him.
That is.
I just wouldn't want them to meow as much as the Minecraft cats do, because they. Oh,
Minecraft cats are something else, man. We play. Me and Casper
I
had a
always
world.
want one.
And I kept threatening to shoot the fucking thing with a crossbow, because every time I'd walk past Casper's house, I just hear meow, 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 meow every single time. It's almost as bad as having a real life cat.
No, the real life cat doesn't meow very often.
No, he actually doesn't. He's quite a good little cat. He only ever meows when he wants to go out, which is nice.
And when I'm not being fast enough with his food. But he's still better than a Minecraft cat. And Minecraft
No, he's
dogs...
a good cat. Our cat is probably one of the best cats I've ever had.
Our cat is the only cat I've ever had, really.
Yeah, well, I've had a fair few cats through my life, but Dee's definitely the most well behaved.
Yeah.
So well behaved, I turned him into all of my emotes. He's like hype cat and raid cat and rage cat and everything. They're all based off D.
Nobody actually knows that he's called D.
Yeah, no one knows who D is. Every time I reference D, it's just like, oh, hype cat.
Yeah, it's like, yes, I guess. I guess the cat is in real life hype cat.
He is IRL hype cat. Because the original hype cat emo was just a picture of him yawning.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's like the perfectly taken shot of him with just his mouth open, like massively wide. You know how
Yeah,
cats
I
do.
was trying to take
And it's just, I just put the word hype above it, and it's just like the most
I was trying
exciting
to take
thing.
a cute picture of him, but then he yawned and he looked like a little gremlin.
Yeah, that's the origin story.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm tempted to get an animal on Sea of Thieves because I do enjoy it when I play it, but I'm just not very good at actually doing anything.
Well, the pets can't die as well, or they can't get injured, and you can literally
that's
shoot
good.
humans, so it's all fun.
Yeah.
So, do they
cute.
like attack stuff like the dog in Skyrim and the dog in
No.
Minecraft?
No, they just kind of hang around. Like, you'll just be like fighting a skeleton, and then the dog will just be sitting there and just pissing on the floor, like not even paying attention to what's going on.
What are you doing?
Exactly, just be
Yeah.
sitting there watching you, like.
I kind of love that. I
At
kind
least
of love
Minecraft
that.
dogs sort of get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
And then yeet themselves off fucking cliffs. Or drown
Yeah,
themselves
and then,
or whatever.
And then, like,
Owning a
when
Minecraft
you-
dog is the most traumatic shit, man, because you can just be running through a forest and suddenly hear this little whimper and this death noise, and you turn around and you just see the red corpse of your dog just explode into dust because it
and
fell
you're
down
like,
like
"Oh,
a
no,
3-block high
Jimmy."
cliff.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, why are Minecraft animals like this?
Mm. Yeah, because I remember, because I've been playing Minecraft since like 1.7, I think maybe 1.7.3 I think it might have been, and I remember when they started programming better AI, so every time, like, because it used to be zombies, if they saw you, they'd just beeline for you. They'd move out the way of blocks that were in front of them, but if there was a cliff, they'd just fucking walk off it. Like, they didn't give a shit. And now they'll just stand on the edge and stare at you and wait until they've got a path. But they never seemed to do that with the dogs, it seems like, because they seem to just throw themselves off cliffs just for the sake of it.
I haven't ever actually thought of that, but now you've said it, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird. I still like the axolotls though.
The axolotls
yes.
are very cute.
Mhm.
The axolotls are beautiful, and the goats are the best update to Minecraft for a long time.
Oh, I haven't managed to like capture a goat yet. Can you actually do anything with
I
them? Or are
don't
they just
think you
cosmetic?
can capture a goat, but I'm not.
You can put them on leads, right? And just lead them around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, maybe I should get a pet goat.
I'm quite excited for the Caves and Cliffs update. That's December, I think. Like, is it December or have they got? What is a snapshot? Does anyone know what a snapshot in Minecraft is?
It's like a player test build. Like, they literally just throw in whatever they're working on so people can test it and play with it and stuff like that.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense. Yeah.
So it's just like
that's
a
cool.
beta version, but of an update of a game that's already out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like testing stuff and all that, because sometimes things that come up in the snapshot don't actually make it in-game and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't know that.
Jolin just asks, what do you think of the new ore textures? Like, is it like
Hate
the iron ore stuff?
Yay.
I fucking hate it,
I
man.
really don't
I
like them.
really, it's uneasy. I don't know why. It just feels like,
Feels
It just
wrong,
feels
like slightly
weird.
wrong.
yeah, I can't explain it. It just feels off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make me so uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's really weird. The what I'm excited for though is the Caves and Cliffs stuff. Like, it does look like the new world generation that they're going for looks just incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've seen some of the underground like cave systems and stuff, and I want to build a massive dwarven fortress or some shit. I'm down. I'm really up for this. I love it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to boat down it as well, because they have like paths, don't they, now with with the new update of water, where you can literally just boat down it, so you don't even have to
that's
walk.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Ooh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
Yeah, and there's like loads of new flowers and stuff as well. I think they're already in it now,
Yeah.
I think. But yeah,
Oh,
the
are
new
they
flowers
actually?
and stuff. Yeah, there's
yeah, the new flowers are the ones that indicate where there's a cave below it.
yeah, and there's like the ones that let out spores as well from underneath, but they look really pretty. And then the moss blocks are amazing. I love them. I'm like obsessed with them. And they're also a good way to mine as well. Like instead of mining below you or whatever, you can just put down a moss block, get some bone meal, and it'll spread, and they're easier to get rid of than stone. So it's just a really quick way to mine.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's pretty neat. I like that.
Yeah.
Got those speed running hacks already, huh? Would you or have you ever tried a speed run?
Oh, no. My friend does though. My friend does a lot of speed running, but I can't do it. I'm so bad at it. I tried doing like a quick run of Life is Strange, but it's very obviously because it's a story-based game. It's not really a speed running game. I was just trying to find the story in a quick time.
I wonder how quick the fastest speed of Life is Strange is.
I'm looking it up now as we're talking because I'm actually really curious. Because I was thinking about this when we were playing it the other day, but I didn't look it up. The fastest
I guess it's like an hour and a half.
5 hours and 3 minutes.
What?
Well, that doesn't seem very fast.
5 hours and 3 minutes, any percent.
Oh, with the whole thing, so all the episodes. Okay.
Yeah, all the episodes. I think that is.
Yeah.
So that's about an hour an episode, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then that's the any percent, and then the 100% is 5 hours 30.
Hmm.
And the number one for both of them is the same person. So they must really, really like that game. Yeah, I've never really like speedrun anything properly. I just played around, like messed around with stuff and called it a quote unquote speedrun because I'm not an actual speedrunner, and I feel like anything I do that is labeled as a speedrun is actually quite disrespectful to the people who like have tens of thousands of hours trying to get the perfect time down to the millisecond, you know? But I've played like the only game I ever like quote unquote speed ran was Resident Evil 8, because for some reason I became really obsessed with that game when it came out. Like I really enjoyed that game, and then there was an achievement for like beating it under 3 hours, and I was like, that's fairly easy, I can do that. And then I got like 2 hours something, and I was just like, but I could do better.
Yeah.
So
I guess that's how speedrunning starts. The only speedrunner I really like.
Go over and over again.
The only speedrunner I really like is Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether that's just because I like him as a person.
You know, I don't actually think, and you know, anyone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think I really like. I knew of speedrunning, obviously, and I knew of speedrunners, but speedrunning wasn't as common a thing that people talk about before Dream like proper hit it off. And that was only in the last year.
I've been trying to keep up to date with like Mario speedrunning was like a big thing a while ago.
Yeah.
Like as in the games have literally got so intense with speedrunning, it's down to like half a millisecond or something like that of time difference between different scores.
Yeah.
It's like insane. So if someone sets a new record for that, it's mind blowing because because obviously it's just like a 2D scroller kind of game. It's like, you know, you have to, it's so hard to change it and to get a better score.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Imagine being the person that has to sort of like verify it, and you're just there going through the recorded footage frame by frame, like, is this half a millisecond worthy? Did they win?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like Dreams videos because they're sort of
fun.
They're just funny. You know, it's less about the speedrunning aspect of it and more about the humor aspect of it, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watch him because he's quite funny as a person, I think.
Yeah, legit. Like, he knows how to have a laugh with it, which is nice.
I did attempt to watch his SMP, ages ago.
Oh my
but
god!
There's so much of
Fucking
it.
hell!
There's
It's
so
like
much of it.
there's
so much
multiple
lore.
because the issue is it's like it's multiple streamers doing it for like about 6 hours at a time, from multiple
so
different
complicated
perspectives
as well.
in a Minecraft world, which is how many millions of blocks wide. I can't exactly remember the number. It's like 60 something. Is it million? I can't remember. I'm not gonna look it up because I don't really care. But yeah, like the speed, the Dream SMPs would be really difficult to keep up to date with, I think.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
I did attempt it, but there's just so much of it, and like I just kind of gave up eventually. I watch like catch up videos and stuff about it, so I kind of get what was going on.
Yeah, I think the thing of it's the same with like Yogscast back in the day. I don't know if either of you guys were into Yogscast or listened to or watch their stuff as much. But do you guys remember like they had essentially an SMP? I don't think they called it an SMP at the time, but they had, I can't even remember what it was called, but they were basically just had their Minecraft world that they were just playing around in and having some fun in. And then they introduced this new character, and it was just like a guy that, and they wrote a little script, and it was like they pretended to not know the guy and not know how he got into the server, and it was just this dark figure appearing on a hill, and then he started to mess with them and build weird stuff, and then it got really intricate, and then they would like go through fortresses and traps and things and just try and like do whatever quest or anything, and it's that same kind of thing but for a more current generation.
It's similar. Yeah, it's exactly similar, I think.
Zolan just says, I keep up with them easily because I have nothing else to do. I can imagine, like, I
did attempt to get up to date, but I got really confused.
I do have my streamers that stream for like 4 to 8 hours a time that I watch regularly because I enjoy their content. Obviously, I can't do it as much because I'm also making my own streams as well. But I do like to sit down with a long stream. And I don't know. Is that like a common thing? Do people enjoy watching like full on like the like frame for frame like 4, 5, 6 hour live streams, or am I just weird?
They must do, because the Dream SMP is probably the biggest series on Twitch ever.
That's possible.
It reads like a modern day soap opera, and if there's any Dream SMPs fans out there, they might shank me for saying that. But it is exactly the same. It's exactly the same as a BBC drama. It's just in Minecraft with animated men.
Can you imagine if someone actually shanked you for that? Like you're just in prison and you turn around, it's just like, oh, what are you in for? Oh, I shanked someone because they said the Dream SMP was like a soap opera.
Yeah. Like imagine cause of death. Casper saying Dream SMPs like EastEnders.
Yeah, and then the detective's just like closes his notebook and is just like, never mind, case dismissed, I can see why.
Yeah.
Right, so Ollie, you've been doing this for like 3 years, the whole streaming thing and everything. You've got your motivations, your goals, where you started from, but what would you say to people who are thinking about starting out or have started out but they're feeling a bit demotivated with it and don't know whether or not they should continue, but they've got the passion and everything there, it's just they're hesitant or whatever? What advice would you give essentially?
I'd just say communicate with other people is a good thing. Like always having people who are like, especially when you're starting off, like who have the same kind of view account as you and stuff like that, just socializing, even if you're not sure about streaming yourself, just having like people to talk to and get advice from, or even just get a feel for the space. is always a good shout. Like,
Yeah.
I've been doing that since the start, really. So it's like having friends in different places kind of thing, and it's just always a good. It's always a good motivator as well, because like I've seen my friends like get partner and have their own stream teams and all that, and just seeing like how someone can do that, like obviously motivates you to be able to do it too. And then seeing other people who are like the same stretch as you, like having like all these cool different things on their streams and stuff, can also give you ideas. So it's always good to have even just one or two people to just talk to, get advice from, shoot ideas off, is always a good thing, whether you stream or not.
And it's good to have friends who understand the difficult parts of content creation as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Like I quite often speak
like
to my YouTube friends about the lack of motivation, because it's next to impossible to get monetization on YouTube. And having
YouTube's
someone there to listen to me complain every few months, it makes the world of difference, Because I could complain about it to my friend down the pub, but they don't understand because they don't do YouTube.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I was gonna say something else, but I kind of forgot halfway through. So yes, I agree. No, that's real good. Just keep in the loop. Talk to people. It's always good. I'd say like always raid as well. Like if you're on like the one viewer, and that one viewer is you because you have your own Twitch page open on a different tab, still raid, because it's always a good thing to do. Like you're always hosting that person if you have raided and things like that. And it's just a nice way to sort of like share like other person's content that you appreciate. And it keeps you in that sort of loop of things, and also keeps your name alive if you want to do it for your own reasons as well. But it's always nice to just have that sense of community in Twitch, I think. Which is what I love about it, is the sense of community.
And with everything really, even with hobbies, if you like to
legit
play an instrument, find someone
like
else
talking to people of the similar mindset is perfect. And yes, Jolin, I did cut my hair. Thank you for noticing. I didn't. Someone else cut it. But yeah. Thanks for that. Okay, so I have run out of questions.
Yeah, I think that brings us to a nice close. That's a nice
I do want to say quickly, like, Ollie, on your Twitter, I noticed like you've got commissions open.
Yes.
I've seen some of your art. It's very good. You're below average gay on everything, right?
Yeah.
My fucking Streamlabs just crashed, so that's great.
Oh no.
Am I still live? I can't tell.
Yeah, you're still live.
Yeah, you are.
All right. That's okay. It does that sometimes. It just freezes for no reason. Right, there you go. There's Ollie's thing. Go check her out. And you've got commissions open on your Twitter. I love your art. It's very nice. So do go check them out over there, and Twitter and everything. And it's all the same thing across the board.
I just searched you on Twitter, on Google, and I clicked on the top one. It was not you. It was a big penis.
What the fuck? Hold on. What?
Oh no.
I'm not going to show this, by the way. If any Twitch mods are hovering over that ban
Twitter
button, I'm not showing this. I just want to look this up.
Into Google, because I thought it will come up with your Twitter, and it came up with a big penis.
Oh no.
If I type in below average gay, it comes up with a
Twitter.
Association between penis size and sexual health.
Wow.
So, that's interesting. What the fuck?
Why is Twitter?
Anyway, it's below average gay, all one word. Don't just type in below average gay, because that might get you some weird places.
Yeah, that
but
that
all
might
one
get
word
you some,
on all the
some
socials
things that you don't want to see.
But yes, so is there like obviously you've got your art, you've got your Twitch. Is there anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to sort of say? Generally, that's the end of the sentence. It sounded like I was going to say more stuff, but I didn't.
Well, like I'm streaming at around 8 today,
Mhm.
so if you wanted to check my stream out, I'll be playing Sea of Thieves. Maybe with like 1 or 2 guests, maybe, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, besides that, yeah, my commissions are open. I do portraits and emotes and stuff in like a little chibi kind of style, so
They're well
besides
cute.
that,
I saw some photos earlier. They're so adorable.
thank you. Yeah, nothing
No?
besides that. Yeah,
Okay.
Twitch and Twitter.
Well, I think thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It has been
Yeah,
lovely
it's been a good
to catch
podcast.
up
I
with
think
you.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
end the
And
thing.
we need
there.
to play some games together.
Yes,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you want to get
well-
back to Sea of Thieves, let me know.
Yeah.
We've still got it downloaded. I think. Well, I know I have.
I've still
so
got it downloaded.
I'd definitely be up for that.
I would like to play it again at some point in my life.
Right, I'm just gonna sign off the podcast here. Thank you, podcast listeners, and goodbye.